What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a Kiyoon VOD review. He's eating some kind of sandwich, I guess, and there's a cat already walking on my desk, so you know it's going to be a good VOD review. Today's VOD review, all will be revealed at 2-1. That's all I'm going to say, but you know, Kiyoon, obviously a great player to review, has done very well in competitive in the past in TFT. Kitty, stop chewing on that. Stop chewing on that. It's a little Velcro tie on my my mic thingy, and she really likes to chew on it for some reason. But yeah, I mean, we start off with Zoe here, have a little bit of an Ionia opener. He doesn't really care to hold these Yordle units. Feel like Yordle opener is just not it, honestly. So I could see why we're not interested in holding on to it. We check Ionia. The cat just drank some of my water out of my glass. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, you know, you have a water fountain. Literally, it's flowing water, but she just she just flicked water all over me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Grabs it with her paw and then licks it. That's how she does it. That is how she does it. Okay. This is just for posterity to make sure that you guys know what's going on here. That's not what's important, actually. What's important is we are offered this this Ixtal Expeditionist augment here, which gives you 3 Ixtal and it increases your max player health by 15. I feel like this augment is just disgusting. So we throw in our 3 Ixtal. Ixtal is a really, really interesting new cash out trait. It's not just a lost streak trait. It's not just a, you know, I don't know, generate a little bit of econ every single round trait. It's like all of these in one. You kind of have to get to like build your own trait. Now Kiyoon does see probably the single best, I would have to say, the single best option that you can get here, which is lose 10 player combats in a row here. Very, very easy to do with the extra 15 HP, and you get the 550 cash out, which is really, really, really nice. I'm gonna move my cam back up here because Daisy is going away, and I'm not gonna worry all about that. What's really, really nice about the 550 number is that if you guys haven't played any Ixtal yourself yet, Ixtal, when you get to 500 stacks, spawns you, or unlocks, I guess is more the way to say it, one of the 7 costs this set, Barak, which is the Riot devs, when we were, I mean, even in the dev video, they say, can you add Brock to TFT? And they say, like, what's a Brock? It actually, I guess, is the name for it's the walking Nexus during Nexus Blitz. That's what it is. Anyway, it's a huge melee carry, does a ton of damage, full board CC, is, I mean, one of the strongest just units by strength in the game, you know, if you just abstract all the traits out. Now, it is basically traitless. It just has Ixtal as a trait, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a beast. It's him. I don't actually know the gender of Brock, honestly. I mean, Brock from Pokemon was a dude, but I mean, it's not really a very common name. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we are going to sit here and make sure that we lose every single fight. Kiyoon being very, very diligent about this, trying to, you know, make sure that he doesn't even reveal that he has Ixtal in for the people who might want to grief him. So he's benching his Kiana just so that, you know, if there's somebody out there who is scouting him, they, you know, see, oh, okay, you know, if they're just quickly scouting by and looking at the traits on the left, they won't actually see that he has Ixtal in. It's a little bit of a cheap trick because, you know, if anyone's really paying attention, they're going to be able to see it. But, you know, it's a small little optimization. And I guess it does also hide the cash out. It's kind of a similar thing to people who were hiding their Crystal Gambit numbers so that people couldn't see, you know, what their Crystal Gambit was at. Kind of a similar thing with this, where if you hide your units, people can't see that your cash out trait, your cash out condition is losing all these fights. Now, they can probably tell by the fact that you're full open, but it's a nice little optimization to have. Kiyoon also, I don't know, he's going a little, he's like looking at all these extra units about, I don't know. I mean, obviously Brock is what we're going to play for. And then the question after that becomes, what do you want to play on this board along with Brock? Because Ixtal is one of those traits that you're almost incentivized to pivot out of it. There's no, what was it called in set 13? Like Smeech and all those guys, Chem Baron. There's no like Chem Baron effect or anything like that where it's like you get Ixtal items and only your Ixtal units can hold those. The only time when you're really playing Ixtal late game is when you play for the, oh, this was kind of cute. He actually sold his his Melio there just to put this one back in at the last second to try to bait people. That's a nice little bait. But the only time you're really actually playing Ixtal late game is when you're playing the Nidalee setup, which I'd actually, if somebody has a good VOD of Nidalee, somebody put it into my Discord. There's like a VOD suggestions channel. I would love to do a Nidalee VOD review because that is a comp that has seen not that much, play on PB. It's not like this comp's broken on PB, but it's so interesting because Nidalee has that really cool effect where as long as Nico's alive, she's untargetable, which is just kind of crazy, honestly. Sorry, I'm recovering still from my cold. Hopefully gonna feel better tomorrow, at least mostly feeling better symptom-wise, but I still have kind of a weird throat type thing. Itemization wise, so we talked about this. Brock is a melee carry, one of these giga melee carries. We do have both a Styrax and a Titans open here, so that's something that we can look at. Honestly, here let's pull up PBE stats because such a thing does exist. If you guys have not been looking at PBE stats, I think only Meta TFT specifically has it, but you can look at Brock here and see, yep, stuff like this. These are obviously some of the giga cash outs that give a ton of radiant items. I don't know what cash out gives triple radiance, but obviously there's probably one that radiantifies all your items. But yeah, like a Styrax BT looks really nice. Titans look a little underwhelming, honestly. Yeah, it looks like Titans is not amazing on the Brock, just because Brock is not that much of a, oh my god, what is going on there? Did that show up for you guys as well? That was really weird. I don't know, I just changed, I don't think my kitty was hitting anything on my keyboard. Anyway, Titans looks kind of eh. Styrax looks great. Healing looks great. Like BT looks great. You might just have to make a Styrax Titans to get done with it, just to get items slammed. You can't always just build perfect items in TFT. Though, to be fair, in Kiyoon's spot, he doesn't really have to make anything. At the start of comment on takedown, at least dash the next target. Wait! This sounds insane with Brock, right? You have Brock dashing into the backline. Nope, he was actually looking at replication. All right, and then yeah, he really wants the items from replication. Huh? Wonder why he prios that so highly here. I mean, we're probably I don't know. We can get some kind of cash out. I mean, it's going to allow us to carry other units in this game. I don't think that unless he's really, really locked in on playing potentially like a Nidalee or something. We don't really have Nidalee items or anything like that. But yeah, okay. I think he's just trying to figure out his Brock items and realizing that he doesn't really have so much in terms of Brock items. He's got the Styrax. That's about it. Glove could end up being Hodge for healing. I mean, I do think he's going to have to end up making Styrax Titans here and just living with it. That is also our third Nico. Like I said, if you want to play for Nidalee, you do have to get the 6 Nikos. It's a very hard condition to meet. One of the hardest conditions I would say to meet in the entire game, just because it's you really have to go out of your way to reroll for this unit. But hey, if you find 6 Nikos, field 2-star Nikos, then you can get your Nidalee, and Nidalee's such a cool unit, man. I can't wait to see the stuff people do with her throughout the set. But yeah, I mean, for the rest of it, we are loss streaking. Big thing at this point for Kiyoon is trying to figure out what are our items actually going to be here. Yeah, I think someone in his chat was yapping about Gwinsu's, but I mean, the data that we were looking at certainly seems to say that BIS is Styrax plus BT, plus 1, really. GS is good, IE is pretty good, Titans is pretty meh. Yeah, BT Styrax seems quite good and quite often built in the stats. Edge of Night, BT looks totally fine as well, but Titans looks pretty meh. But okay, we are at this point kind of maybe now going to start fielding a real board. We'll see here. We've also naturaled a million Nikos, but you can see Kiyoon already here pushing level 2-7, so he is not really looking at playing some kind of, Nico reroll version. I mean, it's not that great, honestly. But all right, one more loss to go for Ixtal here. The interesting thing is going to be, does Kiyoon want to cash out? Because a lot of these cash outs actually say, if you have a bunch of gold saved up, I wonder if Kiyoon shouldn't have pumped to level 7 here. Because the units don't really matter, and there are a lot of cash outs that say pump a bunch of XP or use your gold on rerolls. It's basically the pump XP one would be the one that he would be really excited to pick up with all that gold. Because had he held this gold, he might have been able to get a really, really big pump XP quest and just gotten that quest essentially for free here. So we'll see what Mr. Kiyoon wants to go for here. He does unlock Brock at the 550 stacks here, so boom, there is Brock for us. And yeah, here is our next one. Yeah, buy 80 XP. So I think it was actually a blunder from Kiyoon, but I mean, it's just a, not having enough experience with this trait, had he saved that gold, he could just hold this buy 80 XP one and get it essentially for free. So a little thing that you can do. Some people have even talked about just getting Ixtal in and looking for the buy XP ones and just using that for essentially free econ. He's still going to go for it, by the way, which is kind of crazy because this is mean we're going to have to over pump a bit, but it is 200 Ixtal Sun Shards, which is a lot here. Reforges here, gets the IE, so he's going to look at an IE Hodge Sterex build, it looks like. And yeah, that is going to be his setup here. Where did the Sterex come from on Brock? It looks like it almost like Brock spawned in with a Sterex. I guess he just crafted it really quickly. Okay, he just did it there when I was yapping. But yeah, this is going to be a setup IE Hodge Sterex. Perfectly solid, I think. A very, very nice setup as well into Brock. The IE, the stats don't look amazing on it, but they look good enough. And we're just gonna sack one more fight here and then level next round. And the big thing is gonna be finding the rest of our board. You can play 5 Ixtal, but it basically like heals you up. It's one of these healing traits. Though I don't really think it's all that. Gonna make the TG with the extra gloves here. Gonna actually win the fight, and this just goes to show the power of Brock. How much damage did Brock do? Yeah, 6k damage. Let's look at just the Brock here. I was looking at items here for the Brock. Just in the front line, auto, boom, doing all this damage, and then just barely got the cast off, and then CC's the whole board with the cast. Yeah, this Brock unit is just honestly a monster, and so fun to watch. Just such a cool unit. I love the design on this cash out trait. Just insanely fun. All right, last augment here. I mean, I wouldn't mind an Exiles here just to scale up the HP of this big old Brock here. I don't really like Ascension that much. Big grab bag is, never bad, but yeah, I think I like Exiles the best here. And yep, we are going to pick that up here. Going to level up here. He's looking at his tracker to see. Oh my God, he needs so much more XP actually. Why did it say 92 XP? Yeah, it was supposed to be 80 XP, but I think there was a bug here where it actually was 92 XP instead of 80. And so he pumped his 80, but oh my God, he's gonna be fine. It's like there's no way he's gonna die here, but actually a little bit scammed by Riot Games here. And it's all right though. Brock, the power of Brock allows him to win this fight. Oh. And okay, I guess the indicator was just broken. That's very weird, but he did cash out there because it's 750. All right, another chance. Some crazy ones here. Ixtal champion deals. I mean, he could grab this. The thing is, it's only 40, so it's only going to bring him up to 790. I mean, I think it makes sense to cash here. Estimated gold value is 120 gold, so this is going to be a pretty beefy cash out if we take it here. The other ones are just a bit hard to get here. So he does take the cash out. 2 radiant items, a dupe, and 2 artifacts. Holy. So Radiant Sterax moves up here. Thinking about Mittens is going to go onto a backlot. Oh, no, he doesn't actually end up taking Mittens. He takes this new one, this is Aegis of Dawn, so it steals armor from enemies and heals, and then it's this. If you also have Aegis Dusk, they both trigger, which is it's a cool little effect. Shadow Puppet's an interesting new one that basically gives you that Shadow Clone effect where it dupes your guy with all your items, which is interesting. Opts to take the other Ornn item, the Defiance here, which I guess could replace Hodge onto the broccoli here. I think that makes a good amount of sense here. He's going to take another Sterax component, though. I don't know if we're going to build our 3rd Sterax this game, but maybe. Could be just for Morello here onto Zoe, which would probably make more sense. But yeah, okay. This is going to be his setup here. He's going to kill 20 enemies, because that's the other thing. It's not just a one and done, GG's. Oh, reforged into Aegis of Dusk. That's so funny. Finds Radiant LW, which is actually not bad at all here. Guarantee Radiant LW for the rest of combat here. And yep, he's going to move this over. Only slightly awkward thing is where's this Hodge going to go? But Kiyoon will figure it out in due time. I guess right now it is a very, very difficult spot to pilot just because there's so much going on. But the upside is it's easy to pilot from a being alive standpoint because his board is just so strong with the Brock, with Radiant item, all this stuff going on here. Also, did my music go away? No, it's just the start of a song. It's very quiet. It'll get up there. But yeah, he's also got this dupe for the Brock. So if he ever finds another Brock, boom, we are just instantly a Brock 2, which is just, I mean, very likely enough to win the lobby, but we will see here. There are crazy cap outs this set. As somebody was yapping about in my chat in a good way. They're yapping about in a good way. But so much of this set is just gonna be finding crazy stuff like this. You know, getting a Brock on your board and getting, you know, that 750 stat cash out, or, you know, getting an early Aurelion Solon and getting to his like win the game condition. There's so many cool conditions like that I'm gonna think the set's gonna be very fun. But also, if you are not used to playing for, you know, max cap TFT, it might be a little scary. You know, if you're used to just cookie cutter boards, like you might, yeah, your life might be difficult. We're seeing 1 trillion luxes on this roll down, but really we're just trying to figure out what we want to play here. Opposite play, random. Okay, you got to stagger either your front line or your back line here and do the W positioning. He's just not going to do it, so he's going to lose a little bit of exiles value. Gonna play for the I don't know why I'm forgetting this Yunara. He's going to play for the Yunara here, just because he needs someone to hold on to this Radiant LW. And Yunara, a pretty good user of it, because she does have that laser beam. So every unit that she's hitting with the laser beam, oh my god. Okay, he's just going to take the boring roll the shop 8 times. The live at 1 HP one is so crazy. I mean, it's obviously, how much does that give? Did that say 1,000? It's so cool. But I mean, it's just so tough to ever actually possibly get. I want to go back and see, because it's just wild. Yeah, it's 700, which is, I mean, that was basically our entire cash out. You would get another one of those, which is just absolute insanity, but obviously really hard. He didn't actually dupe the Brock. I thought for sure he was just gonna dupe Brock and have Brock 2 here, but I guess Kiyoon's like, you know what? I'm so strong. Who cares, honestly? I'll just hold on to this for a little bit longer. It's not like I need to dupe the Brock to live here. We also see him playing more around a lot of these Targonian units here. Targon units, just great. Random +1s onto the board. So a nice call from Kiyoon, and the rest of his board's kind of a bunch of random garbage. He's got literally an Ash 1 on this board just for Quick Striker for the Yunara, which is, yeah, not amazing. And he also reforges again and finds snipers, which I guess you go on the Yunara would be pretty decent. Though I don't know what you would really move. Yeah, I'm not really sure, because all the other items look pretty solid here. Okay. We'll, at this point, we're just looking at, can we cap our board high enough to win the game? Our board is very strong, but there are, once again, scary comps that exist in TFT here. This other person, Alvinita Gordita, is win streaking here. So if there's anyone who's gonna take us down, maybe them. Fiddle 6 here, a great +1 on this board. I'd probably just play it over the Annie, honestly. Oh wow, he's gonna fit Liss on this board. Dropped out of Zoe, right? Just so we can move items over to Annie. The problem is Annie's a no mana gen, but I guess eventually she'll get to the. I mean, I guess Nashor's is mana gen, so yeah. And also the Sniper's Annie actually sounds really good, because a lot of these backline units she's gonna be burning down. Wow, also, look at that damage chart, by the way, there. The second Brock did 13,000 damage. Just shows what a beast this guy is. Really cool idea from Kiyoon to just play the double Brock on this board and double itemize them. Like, this unit's actually just a monster. There's Brock 2. Oh my god. Win 7. I mean, the game's going to be over by the time he wins 7 player combats. So yeah, he has to just take this one. Though honestly, this one's a little bit hard as well. And he actually uses the extra dupe to get another Brock onto the board. That's actually kind of sick. Dupe for Brock 1. That's actually sick. And then he gets to itemize both of them. Obviously means that it's going to be harder for him to play for some kind of like 3-star 5 cost to win out, but I mean, it's the correct play, I would say, and a cool play. And he gets the Volibear here, which is, I guess, what he was thinking of, because now he had Freljord in, though ends up taking it out here. And still, who's going to take these AD items? Bleh. I mean, Radiant LW, you just need to throw it on somebody who's going to hit a lot of units. Lissandra hits a few. I mean, honestly, Radiant LW Fiddle would be pretty solid here. We're gonna roll down, find a Senna and Lucian here. So that's actually perfect for us. I'm gonna continue to roll down, see if we find some more upgrades here. We do find Kindred too here. No Quick Striker in, but I mean, Kindred's still gonna use these items pretty well. And Kiyoon still playing for his max cap. Literally still has Ixtal in here, which once again, you can take Ixtal out at any time, you know, after you cash out, obviously. I mean, you can take it out before you cash out, but then you're not going to get your cash out. Oh my god. Double Brock 2s? Holy. Oh my god. Look at the size of these guys. Oh man, he could have, yeah, it could have actually been He actually could hit Brock 3 this game. I mean, low-key, but like super low-key. All right, so he backlines the both. Remember, both of these guys are going to CC. Now, I don't actually know. I want to see him fight somebody real here, because does the second Brock see the first Brock's cast and not CC the board? Like, or do they both CC the entire board? I'm actually not sure how that works. Okay, please let me see him fight this guy, because I actually don't know. Does the second Brock see the first Brock's cast? I could have actually looked at that in some of the earlier fights. My bad. He's gonna. Oh, he's starting to like sell board low-key to look for 3-star, but it's really far away because he doesn't have. Okay. So now we'll be able to see. Actually, does the second Brock's cast CC like some of these backliners? So. First Brock cast CC's backliner. Second one does not. Okay. So that's good info. You can't just play a bunch of Brocks and play and just CC the enemy's board the entire time. All right. Looks like we are going full content mode and looking for the 3-star 5 cost, but he didn't take a 5 cost off Carousel for max gold here. So maybe he's actually going to try to win the fight here. I mean, it's really expensive because Brock's is 7 cost. Oh, he's going veg mode, and he's actually just trying to win this game. He's like saying, I can't go top 2 this game. I need to win out. I mean, whoever wins this fight is going to be the winner of the game. Even a 1-unit loss would be 13 damage here. So we'll see. Can Kiyoon win with this slightly scuffed, but very Brocked up board here? Brock double cast here, both. Oh my god, with the anti damage, with the kindred damage, it's just a GG's here. All right. Well, a really fun game from Kiyoon, showing off the power of Ixtal and Brock in general. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Metafile, all the links down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always.